Hey everyone, what about having a business that's worth 17.5 billion, makes 475 million, has over 60 million users, and is growing rapidly, and owns 99% of the Fortune 100 companies as a client right now? Sounds good, right? So come in. I'm Simon Severino. I'm your personal business coach. I'm here to help you grow your business and scale it and enjoy watching it scale week by week, even while you sleep. Today, we are gonna cover the freemium topic. Should you give away knowledge for free? Doesn't it weaken you? Will you burn out? I will show you a freemium model that actually works. It's the barbell strategy. It's both totally free and totally expensive and nothing in between. Let's start. So Miro is a software that's now the 14th most valuable private company on the planet. And how did they start? By not listening to most advisors who tell you to create stacked prices. There is free, then there is $200, then there is $400, then there is $600. Then there is $900. That model is very complicated. And it creates multiple parts. And as we know from manufacturing and we know from scaling businesses, the more parts, the more complicated. You want to have a very simple business. So when I started my business 5 years ago, I was inspired by Seth Godin, who said, I give away my knowledge for free. And if people want to work with me, that's very expensive. I have nothing in between. And I found it brilliant. I said, wow, it's so simple. Totally free and very expensive. Nothing in between. And I've stayed that path. I've started like that and I've stayed that path. There are many examples like Seth Godin where it's a very successful model. Let's call it the barbell strategy, right? Because you have totally free and very expensive and nothing in between. It makes it easy for you to remember. It makes it easy for everybody to remember. And it makes it easy to market it, to sell it, and to deliver, because you just have two parts, a free part and then an expensive part. Another example of somebody who does it at mastery level is Alex Hormozi. Alex gives away most of his knowledge for free on YouTube. And then if you want to work with him, there's a very select and very expensive way to work with him. There is nothing in between. Now, let's go a little deeper. We have studied the story of the Miro growth sprint to see how they went from free to 70.5 billion in valuation, 60 million in users, 475 million in revenue, which makes 270K generated per employee and landing 99% of the Fortune 100 companies. Lesson number one that we found is that innovating in a competitive landscape is possible. They didn't stop innovating just because the area was already crowded, because there was Notion, there was Microsoft's products. There was a lot going on in that space, but they said, even in a crowded market, we can build something different and we can differentiate. So lesson one, if the market you are going for is crowded, that doesn't mean you will not find a differentiation and an entry point there. The second thing is, while many teams concentrate on catering the buyer, Miro's focus was on concentrating on the end user. So you are the buyer, but you have a user. I concentrate on the whole value chain. I'm thinking about who you are serving and I'm helping you make them successful. So they concentrate on the end user. So what you can do this week is thinking about your business and what you are offering and thinking one step further. So you're selling to person A, but that person A does something with it for somebody. So think A and B. How can you help them make their people successful? Think about the end user, the whole value chain. This is something you can do this week. The third lesson that we find is make it easy to start. Because you have attention, okay, here we are. Then you have relationship. Let me teach you something, let me help you. This is how you create trust and expertise, and then people want more from you. And that part is tough enough. So why make it even harder to start by having them remembering all kind of tiers and packages, etc.? They don't want that. They want to test quickly if it works for them, and if it works, they want to move on. So make it easy for them to start. The freemium model of Miro has made it possible for many teams to just click, jump in, test it, see if their people like it and use it, and then move on from there. Next thing was to tailor the onboarding. Different types of users want different types of onboarding. Don't create one cookie cutter onboarding for everybody. Think about how they need to be onboarded and activated in each stage, which feeds into the next lessons, which is genuine engagement. So it's not just that the users came in, but the users were active and they were monitoring what the users did and then started saying, all right, hey, would you like this to be a template? So they started giving users the possibility to save something and to share it even with others. This is how the templates came in. So now users are engaging and are building upon each other. Now, if I share what's working for me, I increase the probability that others in the community will share what's working for them. We are building upon each other. We are now like a mega team. We are using the collective experience and the collective intelligence. And next thing was to leverage the hand raisers. So they were looking at the activity level of people, and let's say somebody just is in the trial, is fumbling around but not really using it. You will have a different message for that person at that stage. And this is important in marketing. Marketing is by activity stage. You have a different message, different email template, different visuals, because you want to either activate them or resurrect them wherever they are in their stage. So they were talking about product qualified accounts, PQAs, and we're looking at the users in their maturity level and talking to the users according to the maturity level individually. You are in this stage, you are using it. What about this? So they were really communicating and marketing in each stage appropriately, which increased engagement. So those are the first things that I've learned from the Miro story. Whenever you hear you should stop giving away your knowledge for free, you have now one more option, which is, well, maybe the freemium as a barbell strategy with something that's very expensive. Maybe it's worth my time. It will not burn me out because it's easier to remember. It's easy for people to get started with me, and I can move them quickly from discovery, hey, here's my free content, to relationship, hey, here's my email sequence, here's a video, to here's my podcast, here's my checklist, here's my guide for you, to commitment and closing. And that is then expensive and high margin so that you can actually refinance the first part easily and have fun doing so and don't have to quit or give up too early. Hope this helps. Let me know in the comments what else do you need and if we need to double click into any specific part of your sales funnel. Keep rolling, everybody.